Okay, I can't help to notice that there are some people who seem to misread or not even read their cards, or even my cards that I'm playing against them, which is really important to do. You really have to be aware of what's going on as part of the enemy's abilities in that card. Okay, for example, I use Ancient Mage a lot for the classes I like to use Spell Power with, which is pretty much Mage. I pretty much only use him for Mage. But a lot of people don't seem to be aware of how he works. And they have to kill him. He's only like a 2-4 or 2-5. He's got a weak attack, and he offers nothing else, okay? But people seem to kill him first before the battle cry he passes on one spell power to the character to the card next to him. They'll pass up. So a lot of people will pass up killing the card next to him that got the one spell power and go after him. It makes no sense. It's a battle cry. Okay, battle cries can only be used when you place the card down, and then that's it. He can't do anything else. But I've gotten a lot of people that go straight for him, and it's kind of silly. It's either like a mistake that these people make. They don't realize that he already gave out his battle cry, and therefore he's pretty much useless. He's fodder pretty much at that point. It's the cards that actually got the spell power. I'll get the best I'll get out of them is 2 spell power, one for each person that's next to him, and that's it. And it's a part of reading the cards, being familiar with what they do. You really have to know, and in a lot of ways you have to really experiment with the cards, because sometimes it isn't always clear what that power does. Okay, it's like, say, okay, this recent example, I got a shaman who has this weapon that has a death rattle. Okay, that's strange. I don't know any other cards that have where you get a weapon that also has a death rattle, but it does. Okay, it's got two. I can hit with it twice on 2 different turns. So on the death rattle, a mech will get a boost up of like a 2/2 or something like that, and that's unique. That's interesting. That's something I had to play with to learn more about, because it seemed really unusual that a weapon could have a death rattle. It really says that, anything that dies or whatever, that's a death rattle. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a minion. It could be a weapon too. So you want to pay attention to what's going on with these cards, because that really can change your whole strategy on things. You want to be as aware of everything as possible. You want to know your own cards, and choose the right decks, and then know what the other person has. There's some things like, I use a fell cannon, okay, and I had to learn. I had some learning curve with the fell cannon for the warlock, because he'll attack non-mechs. Okay, if I throw them out there, and I like using them, I have 2 of them in my deck, my warlock deck. I can't put anything else out there that's not a mech, because he'll attack my own characters. At the end of every turn, you get he'll take 2 damage off of a random non-mech, which is my own, and it doesn't say enemy non-mech, it says non-mech. So I can't put anything else out there that's a non-mech, and I'll hold back. So it's little things like that. You gotta. It takes, maybe experience will help you learn, but you gotta read, and a lot of people don't seem to. And I look for those mistakes. If I see somebody skips over something like that, I could tell that it's a good chance it's an easy win.